Good day, good people. This is Stephanie of Dr. Stephanie Creates, and today I'm coming at you with another video where I want to share my favorite shimmer inks for 2024. I'm not sure if I shared this with you in a previous video, but I just began my pen journey in April of this year. And so I was just getting into pens, was just introduced to pens, and then fell in love with the ink side of it because that's really where the fun is too. And at the time, I was shying away from shimmer inks, but I had a girlfriend who was in love with shimmer inks, and lo and behold, she got me to try a few. And now I have a few in my arsenal that I've grown to love that I want to just share with you during this video. Okay. This is one of my ink journals that I've created as I've been practicing and playing with my inks and looking inside, not looking inside, but playing around with the inks and swatching them to get the best, example or sample of the ink spread out. You guys know what I'm trying to say. Also in my book, Don't Judge, but I'm also practicing writing with a dip pen. And so throughout this process, you'll see my mistakes and sloppy handwriting and still trying to figure out that whole dip pen thing and figuring out which one I like the best. I'm better at using a dip pen that's glass, has a glass nib. But I'm just practicing, but I did want to go ahead and point out I know I've messed up a few of these, but still again wanted to share. Okay, so with that being said, let's get into it and look at the first ink. This first ink is a Van Dieman's ink, and it's called Lion's Roar. I hope that the camera is picking up this beautiful ink. It's a red ink that has a gold shimmer. I also have it right here, and I wanted to turn it upside down so you guys can see that shimmer at the bottom of this beautiful red ink. And then, of course, we shake it up to disperse the shimmer into the ink, but I just think it's gorgeous. And then with that, I was like, let's see what types of pens that I have that I may be able to match up with these inks. So for this one, I pulled my BENU pen. This is a BENU Euphoria. I think the name of it is Bourbon, but if you look at it, that's beautiful. It has the reds and golds in the resin, just like the ink. Again, this is a BENU Euphoria, and I think it just matches perfectly with this Lion's Roar ink. Okay, let's move on to the next one. This next one is also a Van Dieman's ink. This is Anna's Hummingbird Wing. It's a beautiful green. Again, I'm hoping that the camera is doing the shimmer some justice with this ink. And then let me show you it in the bottle as well. And just look at that. That is pretty. I hope that you guys can see it. And so in matching up a pen with this ink, I have a couple, but I went with my Kakimori. This is the frost pen that they just came out with this fall. And I got it in this green color. And I just think it matches beautifully with this ink as well. And again, this is the Kakimori Frost in the green colorway. And I think that's gorgeous too. I think that's a good match. Okay. Next ink is probably my second favorite in this batch. Now, the first one is going to be that red, of course. You guys know I love a red. But this is my third Van Dieman's ink in this example. This is called Tasmania. You see it's more of a orangey brown coppery color with a gold shimmer. Let me lift that up. Hope you can see that. And I'm going to show you the bottle with that ink too, of course. Look at that. That is pretty as well. And I seem to be glowing. I got a little bit of that glitter on my fingers as well. Now, can you guess what type of pen I'm going to match with this? If you guys yelled out BENU, it is correct. You are correct, shall I say. I do have another BENU, but this is a Talisman. This is Venus Hair is the name. It's an exclusive to True Fae, which is my local pen shop where I am locally is True Fae. So you can only get this Talisman there. But of course, if you look on the BENU sites, there's lots of other beautiful pens to pick from. But I thought that this was a great match with this ink. Again, this is the Venus Hair. It's exclusive to True Fae. All right, moving on. This is a Ferris wheel press ink. This is a newer ink to me. It's called Curious Woods. You can see a little bit of shimmer in this one, but I've been enjoying this as well. I got this in a smaller size. It came in this smaller size of a Ferris wheel press ink, but you can still see that shimmer at the bottom of that ink. And actually with this ink, I paired it with just a black fountain pen that I have since moved off my desk. But that's what I matched this one with as far as color wise. So I did use a black pen for that, and I don't see it on my desk. So we'll just move on from that one. Next, we have a Journalize ink. Now, this is new to me. This is the only Journalize color I've ever tried. It is called Dark Matter. It comes out with a purplish, tealish type shimmer. I thought that was pretty cute. And I actually have a narwhal pen that I think matches this beautifully with that resin, especially on this purple, gold, teal side. And again, this is a narwhal. This is the Nebula Luna. It's an exclusive pen too, I think, to Gold Spot. I'll correct myself if I'm wrong, but it's a Gold Spot pen exclusive to them. But I think that is a perfect match for that ink as well. Okay. Next, we have the infamous Diamine Cocoa Shimmer ink. I say that because I hope that everyone has heard of this beautiful ink. This was one of their inks in one of their previous Inkvent calendars. I'm not sure which one, so I don't want to say anything and be wrong about that, but that is where this ink comes from. I have a sample of it. And even here, you can still see just that little bit of shimmer that's in the bottom of the sample. And for this color, I would again pair that with this Talisman, this BENU. I would pair that with this pen as well because of that chocolate right there. Oh, I think that just looks good. Okay, try not to be too long with this video. The next one is another Inkvent previous, not this year's Inkvent calendar. This is a Diamine, and this is the Astral ink, if I'm pronouncing that correctly. And with this ink, I would again pair it with simply a black pen, or maybe even a little bit with this Estie, could be. But honestly, I'm saving this Estie for another color that's coming up. But again, another beautiful ink. Next, we have another Diamine. As you can tell, that's one of my favorites. I just think they're very good inks and very affordable. But this is a Diamine Olive Swirl. And the shimmer in it is actually a little pink on top of this green. And I would pair it yet again with this Kakimori Frost pen. And I keep taking the top off of this one just so you guys can see the separation based on the way the pen is made. Just showing you where that is. Okay, now we come up to our friend Robert. This is a Robert Oster ink. It's called Hickory Aflame. This is a Vanessa exclusive ink. I have a sample, but again, I want to show you. Look at that beautiful shimmer inside of that ink. And of course, you just shake it up to disperse the shimmer before you ink up your pen. But yet, a beautiful color. I would go back to my bourbon BENU just for those red tones. Are you guys sensing a theme about what I like? Because believe it or not, I'm not big on gold. I'm not really a gold girl. Because if you look at my pens, I don't have the gold. Well, with the BENUs, that's not a good example. But I don't have gold hardware because I'm really not a gold person. But I am loving the inks with these touches of gold. All right. We are here with the Golden Lapis, which we all know is the Pelikan ink of the year. I don't know if many of you participated in Pelikan Hub this year. We tried to, but I live in an area where Hurricane Helene hit and we had to cancel our hub, but they still gave us the goodies. So here is the ink of the year for Pelikan. And again, you can see that shimmer that sits at the bottom of this beautiful blue. And then when you swatch that ink, this is what you get. And my closest pen to match that is actually this Asvine or Asvine, whichever way you pronounce it, to pull out the blue and the golds of this color. I think it's pretty. Okay, I'm almost finished. We have two more colors. Now this color is a Ferris wheel press. It is called Hardy Harvest. Again, this is another pen sample that I have. And look at that shimmer. That is gorgeous as well. Now I'm going to pair that with an Esterbrook pen, excuse me. But it's my Esterbrook Camden. This pen is called Oktoberfest. Just look at those beautiful fall colors. I love the gray in this. I wish it had a little bit more gray. But this is a beautiful pen in my opinion. And so I pair that with this Hardy Harvest of Ferris Wheel Press. And then lastly, in my example for today, is a Birmingham Pen Company ink called Quantum Teal. Now, what's different about this ink to me with the amount of shading, and I guess that's just what it is, shading versus shimmer, because you don't really see anything in the glass bottle of ink, but once you swatch it, I just love how that ends up. And when you write with it in a good pen that disperses the ink, it looks gorgeous. And this is the color that I chose to pair with this botanical Esterbrook Estie, because look at those colors. Look how that green, that burgundy gets pulled out, and then the lighter shades of green and the gold and yellowish colors just complement that color. I think that is beautiful. So again, I just wanted to come on and share this with you today. Um, Again, I'm not big on shimmer inks, but as you see, I'm well on my way. And with the shimmer inks, it's caused me to have to change some of my nib sizes. I started out as a medium nib girl anyway, so I haven't had any issues with these inks in my pens as of yet, and I pray that I don't. And I've even put some in a few fines, maybe one or two, but really I've just used them in my medium nibs. And like I said, everything has been fine. The flow has been good. And I just think these are some beautiful inks. So if you have an opportunity to pick one, two, or even three of these inks up, please do and give them a try, and then let me know in the comments what you think. But again, I'm just having a good time while I'm learning and playing. And I just wanted to come on real quick and share this video with you guys today about these inks. So again, I thank you. Thank you for the time. Thank you for coming to the channel. Again, I welcome you back as I continue to learn and grow this channel. Please subscribe if you are liking some of the things that I am putting out. I plan to put out more. And I haven't really worked out an actual schedule yet, but that is on the dock. That's something that I'm thinking about, to come up with a regularly scheduled program of where I can bring videos to you to continue to just share in this community my love of crafting, my love of stationery, my love of planners, journals, and all of the things. And again, I hope that you will join my squad, join my team, and subscribe to my channel. And I will see you guys in the next one. Bye.